Welcome to a lesson on narrowing a topic, asking the right questions, using encyclopedias, and writing research questions. On completion of this presentation, viewers should be able to articulate a topic of appropriate scope by asking questions about a topic to identify subdivisions of that topic, seeking background information on a topic to further identify subdivisions of that topic, and formulating research questions from a narrowed topic of interest. This lesson is broken into 3 parts: asking questions, using encyclopedias, and writing research questions. If you have your own research topic, I recommend following along and pausing the video after each part to complete the exercise. It's also encouraged to replicate this process for future research assignments. Let's get started. Part 1. Asking questions. Imagine you want to do research about life in New England during the Battle of Concord. It is challenging to start researching without knowing what information or facts you are actually looking for. Instead of heading straight to Google, begin by asking yourself and answering the following questions. What dates do you want to consider? Only April 19th, 1775? Have you considered using a range of dates? Do you want to compare life in Concord at one date with life at Concord at another date? Whose life are you going to consider? Only women, soldiers, children, everyone? Do you want to consider interactions between groups? For example, men versus women, the British Army versus the militia? How do you actually define life? That's very broad. Do you want to know about how clothing was made, what food was available, how houses were built? There are a lot of options. How long is your paper supposed to be, and what sources are required? Depending on your research topic, these initial questions will look different. It's important to take the time and figure out which questions are best to consider for every research project that you start. Which leads us to Part 2, using encyclopedias. Encyclopedias provide information about subjects or topics and can come in both print and electronic format. They are useful in learning background information because they divide large subjects into smaller subtopics that make it easier to digest the topic as a whole. Look carefully at how an encyclopedia entry or article is subdivided. This can be particularly helpful in developing ideas for how to create a concept map or write an outline. Some examples available through Taylor Memorial Library include Funk and Wagnall's New World Encyclopedia and Salem Press Encyclopedia, or you might know it as the Research Starters. Other examples include Encyclopedia Britannica and, of course, Wikipedia. Funk and Wagnall's New World Encyclopedia database indexes over 25,000 records and covers a variety of topics. It can be easily accessed by members of the Centenary University community from the library's database's A to Z list. Searching Battle of Concord produces a list of 13 results, the first being the entry on the battle. Clicking on the entry will allow you to view the short article. Salem Press Encyclopedia is another digital reference option at Taylor Memorial Library. It is most easily accessed from the Cyclone search, also known as the library's Discovery Service. Searching Battle of Concord produces a list of over 1,000 results, the first being the research starter on the battle. Clicking on the entry will allow you to view the research starter. The Encyclopedia Britannica is a general knowledge English language online encyclopedia available to the public. A search online in Encyclopedia Britannica for Battle of Concord produces an article with useful quick facts and the ability to look at the page's editing history. Lastly, the Wikipedia entry for the Battle of Concord looks like this. Notice how topics and subtopics are already divided. When reading any encyclopedia entry, you want to closely examine headings and subheadings, explore any hyperlinks within the body of the text, and scroll to the end of the article for any citations to other articles, books, and sources that might be in your area of interest. This is a great way to explore your topic in a little more depth. Part 3, writing research questions. Now that you have a better idea of the topic and associated subtopics, try putting a research question into words by selecting and trying to link two subtopics. For example, if you are interested in militia uniforms, you might take militia supplies and conquered soldiers to pose the question, how did the people of Concord make clothing during the years leading up to the American Revolutionary War? If you are interested in the interactions between the British and the Americans leading up to the battle, you might link British rule and colonial economy to ask what role did the Concord battle play in sparking a colonial rebellion against the British? Note that these two questions cannot be answered with a simple yes or no. They require further thought, exploration, and deeper research. Building research questions in this way can produce many options. You don't always have to stop at 2. Continue to brainstorm and have fun until you create one that you really like. Good luck.